This is a shout out VR for Dawn, Southpaw Bushcraft, Dawn and Jessie. And she's doing a giveaway in, she'd like a VR. And she's doing one on wild edibles to help people find them. Well, I've done wild edibles most of my life. I started very young eating snake berries, and I learned they weren't edible. I was 4 or 5, and I was horribly ill. You wouldn't believe a person could throw that much up. But I really did, and I learned that you don't eat those. But that's not the proper way to do this. Now, many people will say to my wife and I, "Oh, you people go out in the woods and you gather wild edibles, mushrooms and stuff. You got to take us and show us how to do this." Well, that is very hard to do. The only way I can explain it, it's like when you have surgery and you go to the surgeon and the surgeon sits down and he's trying to explain to you what he spent half his life learning how to do in 7 minutes. You know, the important thing is of the surgeon is that he knows what he's doing. He doesn't have to tell us. But when it comes to wild edibles, that's a lifelong of learning. There are mushrooms and plants being discovered every day. I won't really discuss medicinal issues with anybody. I may say, yeah, I've read that or something, because there is so much and so much contradiction in it that you have to do the medical part of it yourself. Now, when it comes to manuals, I see a lot of people use the Petersons. The Peterson is a great manual. It has the colored pictures in the middle, and it has the small pictures. The problem with the Petersons, and I brought this one out as a demonstration, it's too big. It's too broad. There's way too much in there for a person to, you know, I was looking for something special here. Okay, this will work. There's 2 different mushrooms that you can see here in these 2 pictures. Look very, very different. Wrong. They look similar. When you're in the woods, you could easily make that mistake. I'll walk up slowly to the camera so I don't make people sick. That's hard. When you have only one of them in your hand, that's very, very difficult to tell. But these manuals are good to have. This is Simon & Schuster's, not advertising for them. I have a lot of manuals. My wife is kind of a hoarder of stuff.
Right.
However, this right here, I'm going to credit this field guide right here with helping me more than any other field guide. This takes very, very few mushrooms, and it talks about them. It talks about the surroundings they grow in, chanterelles. You know, he talks about ones that look alikes. He doesn't harp on them a lot. Oyster mushrooms, very basic. There's probably 20 mushrooms in this book that he shows. It's okay, dear. What you making funny faces for? Anyway, when you get it, and that is easier to start with. Go after some of the well-known wild edibles. Don't be worrying about, well, what's this funny little plant here? I haven't got a clue. I wouldn't even know where to start looking to tell you what it is or what it's worth. This one is that way. This is on medicinal plants of North America. And on there they have the stinging nettles, goldenrod. Right in that clump, if you want to just slowly pan the camera that way, have a walk over there. There's going to be goldenrod in here because there was last year. I can't see one right off. There is stinging nettles in here. I'll get stung just to show you. And there's raspberry leaves, which are supposed to be high in vitamin C to make a tea with. And I can't say they're terribly tasty. You can see the nice little raspberries forming, the blossoms and the little berries forming. What else is in here for a valuable plant? You really need to weed your stuff more, dear. This is kind of bad looking. Watching Mike, I want to call him Survivor Man, but that's not the name. Mike Reed. He did a video on that right there. We call it Creeping Johnny up here, but he had another name for it. If you want to pan that over here, dear, this growing right here is mother's wort. This is all right in our yard, just growing. I brought this here. That's medicinal. That's not food. It's supposed to be a woman's herb for women troubles. I'm not going to go any more into it. I mean, they're all over the place when you go out, and don't try to go out and pick everything. Don't try to take it all in. Pick one plant and go look for it. Learn where it grows. Learn what it wants. Now, I saw this coming out here, and I'm going to have her zoom in on it, because she hasn't spied it yet. I'm surprised. She's usually got a pretty good eagle eye.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah. This right here, it's kind of going, well, yeah, it's pretty dry. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to pick it. That's a pheasant back. I know that's a pheasant back, without question. It is edible. That one's too dry. That one's been there too long. It wouldn't be very tasty. I will not eat that mushroom. Now I'm going to tell you why. Because that mushroom is growing on a box elder. It's not growing on a dead elm. Pheasant backs, polyporous, I don't use the Greek terms a lot, traditionally grows on dead elm. Because most of the place you find them is going to be on a dead elm stump, where they're dead elm roots, or maples. This species is related to maples, but I have no idea the properties of that mushroom growing on it. So I'm going to walk by that one. It'd probably be fine to eat, probably wouldn't hurt you a bit, but learn to know the surroundings and what you're looking for is there, and go and check Dawn and Jessie out. She's got a great giveaway. I'm going to post a link to the giveaway. I'm going to post a link to her channel. If they're not right up when you get there, don't be concerned. Come back and look at the video again, because if I try to do that when I'm uploading, it just stops uploading. It won't upload. I have to go back, go into editing, and do this. Somebody tried to explain it to me once and I didn't get it. So anyway, that's why they're not always there. But go check her channel out. Get involved in her giveaway, sub her. And she's got a good channel. And thanks for watching. And thank you, Susan, for filming. And thank you, Miss Molly, for being patient. Is there anything you'd like to say to the folks back home, Molly?